Due to being vulnerable to COVID, I've not visited Blackpool Pleasure Beach since the start of 2020. I'm really missing it, so I thought, why not pay my first visit of 2021 in Planet Coaster? I can't wait to see what's changed around the park for this year. Hello and welcome back to another Planet Coaster recreation video. This recreation is by a creator known as Real Steel, and it is a recreation of Blackpool Pleasure Beach, also known as the best theme park in the UK. Apologies fans of Alton Towers, but Blackpool Pleasure Beach is a better park and you all know it. This park actually makes use of a few expansion packs. It makes use of the Planet Coaster The Monsters expansion pack, the Knight Rider expansion pack, the Back to the Future expansion pack, the Adventure expansion pack and the Spooky expansion pack. Unfortunately, I do not have the Monsters, the Knight Rider or the Back to the Future packs, meaning there will be some parts missing for me from this recreation. However, this is still by far the best recreation of this park I could find. Like I do with all my videos now, there will be timestamps in the description to the different sections of this video. Particularly in the case of this video, I'll be putting timestamps to the different rides we go on, as well as how to basically download and open this park, which I'll be covering before we get into the main park itself. If this video is successful, I'll definitely make a part 2 and part 3 showcasing more of what this Blackpool Pleasure Beach recreation has to offer, because covering everything in one video is simply going to be impossible. The video would be so long, so yeah, a part 2 and a part 3 would definitely be necessary to cover this and show everything it has to offer. Anyway, here on the Steam Workshop, to basically download this park, I know it's weird, you click a button that says subscribe, so if you click that button, you'll notice it now says subscribe. This means you can now access the park in the Steam Workshop section of the My Parks menu. So here we are in the Steam Workshop section of the My Parks menu, and you can see the park has downloaded a scenario because it was created and saved and uploaded as a scenario. But you'll see Blackpool Pleasure Beach by Real Steel and Scenario Editor. So what you need to do then is click Play Scenario, and the park will open, and it will take a while to load.
5 minutes later.
Right guys, we're finally here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and I mean, look at this, like, oh, it's so good to be back. I can see, you know, it brings back so many memories seeing all these shops here, the big one in the distance, you know, I can just see the top of the lift hill over there. You know, and I turn to my right and I can see the sea. You know, the tram lines are here, and I better get out in the middle of the road in case a car comes, even though it's pretty quiet today. There's no one around. Like, yeah, it's really weird. But I mean, let's cross the road, you know, let's head over here to the entrance. Let's, you know, go to the casino building, get our tickets, and wait a minute, where's the casino building? Well, it seems the casino building and Noah's Ark entranceway have turned into a massive field. On a serious note, I'm guessing that he's not got round to building this in the park yet. I forgot to mention before, the guy who's created this, he did put a comment in the comments saying that he's taking a break from Planet Coaster, and that was earlier this year. So yeah, he's not worked on this for a little while, it seems, and looking at the file, it seems it was uploaded in 2018, so he's like not worked on this for like over 2 years, I'm guessing, and so much has been added to Planet Coaster since. The point I'm trying to make is, I know I'm waffling, but the point I'm trying to make is that he hasn't got round to building the entrance to the park yet. Oh my word, I should not have referred to this person as he, like, I'm sorry, that is sexist. But yeah, here we are in the scrapyard.
You want to scrap me?
Oh, it brings back so many memories, that moment. Anyway, we can see we've got Ice Blast here, we've got Valhalla, we've got Derby Racer. There's just so many rides at this park. Like, where do we head to first? Well, why don't we just, you know, go with the flow. Let's walk up here, let me just remind myself of what there is at this park, and then I will make a decision as to what we do.
By sheer coincidence.
Wait a minute, Wild Mouse? I thought that got removed in 2018. Like, what's that doing back here? Oh, well, that's weird. I mean, Wild Mouse, I've never got this credit before. I mean, should we go and get the credit? Like, should we do it? I've heard it's pretty lethal. I mean, yeah, it's here, but it's pretty lethal. Like, if it's like what it was before it allegedly got removed, and I mean, it's here, so yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Didn't see it last time. They said it got removed, but who knows? But yeah, I mean, should we give it a try? Well, I guess a cred's a cred. Let's head up here. Let's get on this. Wait, why is this a Morrison spinning coaster? I thought it was a wooden coaster.
I think you mean a reversion spinning coaster, not a Morrison spinning coaster, you idiot.
Just had a great ride there on Wild Mouse. Not how I remember it at all, obviously.
Reversion
Spinning coaster. I mean, I remember it being a wooden Wild Mouse, but yeah, it didn't actually spin that much as you would have seen there in the POV. But I think I can imagine like the laterals and stuff was helped by the fact it was spinning on some of those brutal corners at the end of the layout. Like, I reckon the spinning, may have helped make that safe. So it's great to see that the Pleasure Beach have obviously reconsidered the Wild Mouse to make it safer and obviously more maintainable, with it being a steel coaster as well for 2021. It's really good to see this. But yeah, on a serious note, this guy has done what he could in terms of the wooden Wild Mouse wasn't in the game when he created this, I'm guessing. Fair enough, that is. But the facade and stuff, like the square banners around the side and the overall structure, he's done a really good job of trying to replicate that with the limited stuff he had in the game. And this is what I mean. The game has developed so much since, like, I don't know, 2017 or 2018 when he built this, and just having a guess, and the vintage pack and stuff like that. So it would be great if someone could go and fully recreate Blackpool Pleasure Beach, so the Wild Mouse can be remade in all its glory with its wooden track. Anyway, I think we'll now make our way up this ramp into the centre of the park. And oh, hi, worker. First worker I've seen. She seems like a bit of a Wait, it's a he. Seriously, like, I am visually impaired, but I literally just said that that worker was a she without even looking at her. Like, I do apologise for being, like, sexist again. Anyways, let's head up here. We've got river caves on the left, it seems. But let's get up here onto the main centre part of the park, should I say. Seems like Pleasure Beach have changed their sort of diagonal pattern for a bit of a checkered pattern this year. Because, I mean, it's safe to say that this really does look like a checkers board. But we've got Infusion over there, and oh, that looks a bit different. B&M Info, I thought it was a Vekoma SLC. Good improvement, Pleasure Beach. We've got Big Dipper over there with its iconic structure. Nothing seems to have changed there. But I think now we're going to head over to South Park, because South Park is the best bit of the park in my opinion. You know, I'll just jump over the furniture there. But yeah, let's head over to South Park and see what we have over there, because you know, I think that's a good idea. You know, North Park's alright, but South Park's better. And I want to really show you guys, you Alton Towers fans, what this park has to offer, and ultimately, basically, you know, prove that Pleasure Beach is better than Alton Towers. Well guys, we're here at South Park, and I think now we're gonna have a go, or a ride should I say, on Revolution, which looks the same as I remember it, to be honest. Nothing seems to have really changed here, so yeah, let's head on Revolution. We'll head over this bridge towards the big one, which we may or may not ride in this episode. I'm not quite decided yet. But yeah, let's have a go on Revolution. Yeah, some of the scenery seems to have disappeared in terms of what I remember. But apart from that, all things considered, it's pretty similar. And these stairs did not used to be spiral either. They used to be like straight, and then like they used to turn every few steps. But anyway, let's make our way up here and have a go on what is arguably the most intense roller coaster in the UK. Anyway, here we go on Revolution again. I'm gonna shut up, but let's have a go on this aerodynamics classic. So I've just come off Revolution. It was a very interesting ride because it seems we experienced a rollback just over here. The train didn't quite make it onto the second platform. I mean, those of you who've ridden this ride before will know that usually your train would make it onto that second platform, and then it would get launched backwards down around the loop and obviously back up there into the station, just you know, in a similar manner to how it gets launched forwards. However, no, we didn't get that backwards launch. It just rolled backwards back round the loop. I'm guessing maybe we didn't launch fast enough. I mean, it was a bit slow around that loop, but yeah, not something you'd usually experience when riding it, or at least I've never experienced it before. Anyway, I think now we're gonna head onto the steam train just over here.
A few moments later.
Hold on a second, the Pleasure Beach Express doesn't usually go around the track that way. Like, I thought it usually, you know, went round sort of this way, you know, it heads to the station that way and went away from Revolution rather than going towards it. Like, I know it's, you know, used to go around that way, but I thought they changed it. I mean, when I rode it last at the start of 2020, it went that way, but seems to have been changed back round. Anyway, let's jump on the Pleasure Beach Express then. And I think for this one, you know, I'll talk along the journey because it's quite a long ride. You know, I'll talk over this POV that I'm going to get, the Pleasure Beach Express. You know, I'll talk a bit more about the park and sort of what we've seen so far, because I mean, yeah, It's certainly a lot of things have changed since I last visited here. But first of all, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and click the bell to enable notifications so you don't miss any future videos if you've enjoyed this video so far. And be sure to hit the like button as well, because if we get 6 likes on this video, I'll be making a part 2 and showing some more rides around this recreation of Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which, considering it's not finished, is really good. So here we go then, on the Pleasure Beach Express, on ThrillNet's tour of Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I mean, yeah. On a serious note though, that Revolution recreation I feel was quite cool. Like, it obviously used the Arrow Looper coaster, which you can't launch in this game. And he had to obviously dispatch from the station, and guessing he increased the speed of the dispatch from the station. And then had it so it had enough speed to obviously get round the loop, and then sort of roll backwards. I thought it was like really cool how he did that. You know, he could have just used a torque coaster and had the forwards and backwards launches with that, because that's a coaster that supports that. But no, he made it look more realistic with the Arrow coaster, and I thought that was quite cool. Yeah, on a serious note, it's cool how this park, you know, has a load of old and new rides at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Like, I really like this recreation. But yeah, anyway, back to the ThrillNet tour. We're going underneath the big one's helix there. I said before, you know, we may be taking a ride on the big one today. I may save that to a part 2, if I make a part 2, if this part 1 is successful. But yeah. And we're going underneath Big Dipper now. As I said, we're going backwards. We're going past the Big Blue. And I mean, gotta say as well, the Pleasure Beach Express seems a bit faster than I remember it. But yeah, Boulevard Hotel's randomly disappeared as well. So that's obviously one building that seems to have disappeared from the Pleasure Beach since I last visited it. You know, along with the casino building. You know, 2 buildings now. I mean, it's interesting. And yeah, we're picking up some real speed now as we head through this next tunnel. About to head under the big one, it seems. Yeah, the layout of this then looks the same as I remember it. It's just we're going backwards around it, as I said. Don't know where those statues are though, that I've seen around here before. They seem to have disappeared. So now we're going to go under Icon.
Yes, Icon. Oh!
Yet another reference to pre-COVID times. My Blackpool Pleasure Beach vlog from November 2019 on closing day. You know, click the card in the top right, go and check that out, because you know it's a very special day. I met the legends that are Josh and Danielle from Theme Park Mad for the first time. I mean, B&M Invert Infusion, it's, yeah. It was a Vekoma SLC last time I saw it, as I said before, but good improvement, Pleasure Beach. And while we're getting round here quick now, under the Big Dipper, past the newest edition, of course, Icon, and its beautiful Immelman, or Junior Immelman, should I say. Don't want to get shouted at by a load of enthusiasts, because, yeah, I've already slagged off Alton Towers in this video, so I'm not exactly in the good books right now, I don't think, but, yeah, Pleasure Beach is really fun. I'm having a great time, so I don't even care. Through this one of the last tunnels on the ride, and through another tunnel. Here we go. I like how they sped it up as well, you know, because it used to drag on a bit, this ride, but since they got a new engine for the train and we're going a bit faster, so it's only about 3 minutes instead of 10 minutes under the big one there. And there we go. We're about to re-enter the station again. You know, we just got a last turn or 2 now, and we'll be back at the station. But it's been a really fun ride on the Pleasure Beach Express. Quick whistle-stop tour of Pleasure Beach here. And yeah, I wonder where we're going to head to next. I'm not quite decided yet. But, you know, and down another hill. Let's see if we speed up again. Yes, we speed up again. It's a very fast steam train, this, guys. I've never ridden a steam train this fast in my life. And I believe we'll be re-entering the station upon exiting this tunnel. But, yeah, I may be wrong. I know this park well, but there's still things I don't know about it. You know, there's still things I forget. And it's a while since I've ridden the Pleasure Beach Express, as of before riding it now. And here we are, back in the station. And what a brilliant ride that was! Well, that was a fun, relaxing ride on the Pleasure Beach Express, wasn't it? However, I think it's now time for something a bit more intense at the park, and a bit bigger specifically. Yes, I'm on about the big one. Let's go and give it a ride, and hi to all you staff members here, ensuring that the Pleasure Beach is maintained. Yeah, shout out to the maintenance crew at Pleasure Beach. They do a brilliant job keeping rides that are tens and some over 100 years old going. But yes, it's now time for the big one. The UK's tallest roller coaster, the Arrow Hypercoaster, that's not a very good hypercoaster, but yeah, it's still a hypercoaster and it's the only one we have in this country, so we should be grateful. Are you nervous, guys? Because I sure am. It's time for us to board the big one. I'm going to shut up again and I'm going to let you enjoy the POV of this ride. We're here at the exit just because, you know, we have an E-band. I'm entitled to that, so yeah, we're here at the exit rather than at the air gates. I had a big queue, so I'm using my E-band for this one because, yeah, why not? Let's get on the big one then. So there we go, we've just had our ride on the big one. I really enjoyed that. It was running very fast today as well, like we were flying over those hills, so we even got a bit of airtime, and it flew around that end section around the helix as well. That was running so fast. But yeah, seriously, this is a fairly good recreation, to be honest. You know, the layout's not perfect, but whoever's created this has done a really good job. Say with the Pleasure Beach Express, the layout's pretty accurate on that as well. You know, I forgot to fully acknowledge that before. But yeah, really good. But that leaves us with one last ride I think we're going to do in this video. And you know what? You know what that last ride's going to be? I think we should take a ride on the newest roller coaster here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. My #1 roller coaster. I think we should take a ride on Icon. And if you hadn't already realised, I'm wearing my Icon hoodie at the moment for the occasion, because if you hadn't noticed, I seamlessly switched from one hoodie to the other halfway through the video because, you know, editing's magical. I mean, yeah, this is an incredible ride. I've not ridden this in so long. I'm just going a bit off-road here to get to it because, you know, why not? Amanda Thompson shouldn't mind. Sorry, Amanda, if you're watching. But, yeah, here we are, Icon. I mean, I'm in the ride area, but it's incredible. You know, this incredible map multi-launch coaster recreated here in Planet Coaster. And, yeah, we're going to take a ride on it for the first time in such a while now. Like, I honestly cannot wait to get back on this. It's going to be incredible. So without further ado, I'll see you on the train for this POV. I'm going to shut up again for this. Let's take a ride on Icon. So we've just had our ride there on Icon, and I've got to say it was a bit rougher than usual. I'm not sure what's happened to the track profiling. On a serious note, in terms of this recreation, it's nowhere near as smooth. The layout's pretty accurate, but it's nowhere near as smooth as the actual ride is in terms of how the track's profiled. Like, the track profiling is just completely off, and I mean, some of the other coasters aren't that bad, and I'm guessing that it's just a matter of, as I said before, you know, this is not a finished recreation. Whoever's made this hasn't finished it yet, and I'm not sure if they will or not, because it doesn't seem like this has been worked on for a long time, as, you know, I've established and mentioned. So, yeah, it's very unfinished as Icon, you can tell, because of, like, no building or anything in terms of where these steps are, no photo booth, nothing. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it's a brilliant recreation overall. I've really enjoyed exploring it, and as I said, if you give me 6 likes on this video, I will make a part 2 in which we, you know, ride some more rides, because there's so many more Pleasure Beach rides, old and new, that have been recreated and, you know, put into this recreation park. So yeah, it's a brilliant park overall. It's just that it definitely seems unfinished. But in terms of Icon as well, definitely go and check out where I toured Digital Dan's recreation of it, because he's done a brilliant finished recreation of Icon, and it's brilliant. It rides so smoothly as well. So yeah, I'll put a link in the card right to go and check that out. But make sure you subscribe and smash the like button in this video. As I said, 6 likes and I'll make a part 2. Be sure to also click the bell to enable notifications so don't miss out on any future videos, including any future videos in terms of touring this Pleasure Beach recreation. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.